Okay, I hope you've understood all the rules now. I'm going to give you a few sentences and you're going to supply proper comparative or superlative degree for each sentence. Shall we go through now? Supply comparative I'll just say or. I'll give you the positive, you have to fill in. How is your brother today? Is he dash? Hot. May is dash here than any other month. Third one. Pretty. Her doll is dash than yours. Okay, next one. Good. Good I've already given. I'll give you a different word. Bad. He, okay, I'll just say she here. She is the girl in the class. Useful. Iron is dash than any other metal. Iron is dash than any other metal. Who is the dash living poet. Dry. Sindh is the dash part of Pakistan. Sindh is the dash part of Pakistan. Little. That is the dash price I can offer. That is the that is the dash price I can offer. Nutritious. Nutritious. I think he requires a dash diet. I think he requires a dash diet. Light. Silver is dash than gold. Okay, I've given you 10 sentences and I've given the positive degree here, and you're going to change it into either comparative or superlative according to the sentence. Now the first one is good. How is your brother today? Is he dash? Okay, what will you write? Is he? What are the other two degrees of comparison for good? Better and best. Is he best? We can't say. Is he better? How is your brother today? Is he better? Next one. Hot. May is dash here than any other month. When you compare two things, that is any other month, May is hotter. Good. So you're using the comparative degree for both. Hotter. I'll write this H properly. H. Hotter. Okay. Next one. Pretty. Her doll is dash than yours. Pretty. Again, you're comparing your doll and my doll, or her doll and your doll. So when you compare two things, what should you use? The comparative degree. Her doll is pretty. What will pretty become? Prettier. Prettier. Why? You take away the Y and add I and add ER. Next one. Bad. She is the dash girl in the class. Now bad in the whole class. So you have to use the superlative degree. It's not 1 or 2, but more. She is the dash girl in the class. Bad. Will you say badder and baddest? No. She is the bad worst. Okay? Or bad worst. So, dash girl is worst girl. She is the worst girl in the class. Always this is a clue. When you have a the, the, it will be followed by a superlative degree. Next one, useful. Iron is dash than any other metal. Now comparing iron to other metals. So, what will you write for useful? Usefuler or usefulest? Is that right? No. More useful. Iron is more. It follows the irregular comparison. More useful than any other metal. Next, great. Who is the dash living poet? The. So you can use the superlative degree. Who is the greatest living poet? Next one, dry. Sindh is the dash part of Pakistan. Again, the and the word is dry. Driest, Y becomes I-E-S-T. Driest part of Pakistan. Little. That is the dash price I can offer. Little. What are the other two degrees? Comparative and superlative. Little, less and least. So what is the degree here? Superlative degree. Isn't it? After the becomes L-E-A-S-T. This is, or that is the least price I can offer. Next word is nutritious. Nutritious. I think he requires a dash diet. Now, you can also say he requires a nutritious diet, but we have to change into or supply comparative or superlative. So, what can you write? I think he requires a more nutritious diet. He requires a more nutritious diet. Next one, light. Silver is dash than gold. Now, when you compare two things, you have to give the comparative degree. So, light, lighter. Silver is lighter than gold. Now, shall we have a quick recap of what we have done now? We are supplying comparative or superlative. Okay, let's see now. We are using the word good. How is your brother today? Is he better? Hot. May is hotter here than any other month. Next one. Pretty. Her doll is prettier than yours. Her doll is prettier than yours. Next one. Bad. She is the worst girl in the class. She is the worst girl in the class. Bad, the superlative degree is worst. Useful. Iron is more useful than any other metal. It takes in irregular comparison and comparative degree is more useful. Next one, great. Who is the greatest living poet. After THE comes the superlative degree. Greatest, great, greater, greatest. Next one, dry. Sindh is the driest part of Pakistan. DRY, Y becomes I and adds EST. And also here after the comes the superlative degree. Next one is little. That is the, again the, so the superlative degree of little is least. Least price I can offer. Little, less, least. Nutritious, I think he requires a more nutritious diet. Light. Silver is lighter than gold. Okay, if you have been able to do all the 10 sentences correctly, you deserve a big applause, and even without a test, I gave you a big star. You deserve a big star for writing all this correctly. Are you happy that you are thorough with your degrees of comparison? I am sure you are. Good. Okay, now it is the test time. Are you ready for the test now? I'm sure you've had enough practice with your positive, comparative and superlative degree, and I'm going to give you some sentences and I expect you to fill in the blanks with a proper adjective in the proper degree form. Okay. Test. First one. Prevention is dash than cure. This you can easily write because it's a proverb. Next one. London is the dash city in the world. London is a dash city in the world. Who is the dash boy in the class? I'll give you intelligent as a word. Next one. The piano was given to the dash bidder. The Hindu, it's a newspaper, has the dash circulation. Next one. The Eiffel Tower, this is in Paris. The Eiffel Tower, it's pronounced as Eiffel. Don't say Eiffel. The Eiffel Tower is dash than Qutb Minar. The Eiffel Tower is dash than Qutb Minar. Next one. Mount Everest is the dash peak of the Himalayas. I'm sorry, Mount Everest is the dash peak of the Himalayas. Next one. Wordsworth is a dash poet than Cowper. Next word. Balu is the dash bowler in his team. Balu is the dash bowler in his team. The public is the dash judge. The Arabian Nights is the dash story. Story I have read. Next one. This is the dash of my two sons. Of my two sons. This is the dash of my two sons. Next one. China has the dash population in the world. China has the dash population in the world. Next one. He writes a dash hand than my than his brother. Okay, and I'm going to give you one more sentence here. The pen is dash than the sword. Okay, I've given you, I just wanted to give you 15 marks test. So I have given you 15 sentences. Let's see whether you're able to do it. I've given 15 sentences and you have to give either the comparative or the superlative degree, and in the proper order. I've given 15. If you get 15 on 15, you get a big star and you are the superstar of adjectives, degrees of comparison. Come on, try and do it. Work it out. I've taught you all the rules. Let's see whether you're able to do it. Shall we check it up? Okay. Prevention is dash than cure. What would you write there? It's a very well-known axiom. Better. Yes. If you've written better, put a tick mark there. Okay. London is a dash city in the world. London is always busy. So what will you write there? London is the busiest city in the world. Now, BUSY is the word, positive degree. You change Y into I and add EST. London is the busiest city in the world. Next one, you have to use intelligent here. Who is the dash boy in the class? You have to use intelligent. For comparative degree or superlative degree, now you have THE. So what would you write there? Who is the most intelligent? Boy in the class. Next one. The piano was given to the dash bidder. Will they give it to the least bidder? No, they'll give it to the highest bidder, isn't it? Whoever bids for something, whoever asks for a high bidding, he will get whatever he is bidding for. So it should be the superlative, so the highest bidder. The Hindu is a newspaper, has the dash circulation. Circulation, and here you are going to use the. So it is superlative degree, and what word would you use? Wide circulation. So the widest circulation. Eiffel Tower is dash than Qutub Minar. Both are very tall monuments. Eiffel Tower is in Paris and Qutub Minar is in India. Now let's see what you're going to use there. Eiffel Tower is taller than Qutub Minar. Taller. When you compare two things, you use a comparative degree. Mount Everest is the dash peak of the Himalayas. what would you say? Peak, the tallest point. Okay, Mount Everest is the highest peak. Highest peak of the Himalayas. You can say mountains are tall, but the peak is on the highest level. Okay. Wordsworth is a dash poet than Cowper. Will you say worst poet or a better poet? Yes. Wordsworth is a better poet than Cowper. Balu is a dash bowler in his team. How do you bowl? Fast. Okay. So Balu is the fastest bowler. Fastest bowler in his team. The public is the dash judge. The public is the dash judge. Okay, now good. What's the superlative degree for good? Best. Best judge. Public is the best judge. The Arabian Nights is the dash story I have read. Something like story that you read will be interesting, isn't it? So you have here the, T-H-E, the. So the interestingest story, most interesting story, very good. The most interesting always this is a clue. When you have the, you will have the superlative degree here, most interesting story. This is the dash of my two sons. Now, when you ask who is the elder one, this one or that one, he is the eldest of my two sons. Okay, or now here only two are given. So he is, when you compare two, you should not use EST. Even if you have the here, you have to, he is the elder of my two sons. He is the elder of my two sons, because only two are there. So you have to use the comparative degree. China has the dash population in the world. Again here, highest population. He writes a dash hand than his brother. He writes a better hand than his brother. Though we have used the same words again and again, but the context is different. Okay. First one we use better. Prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. That better and this better has two different meanings. Okay, it is better to prevent than to go in for a cure. But here he writes a better hand means it has a better writing. His handwriting is better than his brother. Okay, the last one here, the pen is dash than the sword. Okay, the pen is dash than the sword. So I just wanted you to know two different, here also we have Wordsworth is a better poet than Cowper, and okay, now we'll come to this. The pen is mightier than the sword. Okay. So have you got everything correct? I gave you a very easy test so that you don't miss out on any points. If you have got all the 15 correct, you give yourself a big tap on your shoulder and you give ticks for all your answers and you give yourself a 15 on 50 and a big star. Let's work it out again. A recap. Prevention is better than cure. London is the busiest city in the world. Who is the most intelligent boy in the class? The piano was given to the highest bidder. The Hindu has the widest circulation. The Eiffel Tower is taller than the Qutub Minar. Mount Everest is the highest peak of the Himalayas. Mount Everest is the highest peak of the Himalayas. Wordsworth is a better poet than Cowper. Balu is the fastest bowler in his team. The public is the best judge. The Arabian Nights is the most interesting story I have read. The Arabian Nights is the most interesting story I have read. This is the elder of my two sons. China has the highest population in the world. He writes a better hand than his brother. The pen is mightier than the sword. Okay, 15 on 15. Let's give you a big applause and you can take that star for yourself. You are the superstar.